Alright people, what's up everyone? And welcome to another box office wrap-up video. It is Sunday, so we now know what won the weekend box office. And this weekend was a big one because we had two huge movies. We had, of course, my boy Venom in his first motion picture, even though technically it was in Spider-Man 3, but this is his first movie, his own movie. He gets his own one. All right, and this is the start of some shitty ass Sony Marvel universe or whatever that will most likely suck, but who knows. And then of course we had the release of A Star Is Born, starring Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper, which I loved. Thought it was one of the best movies of the year. It is actually my favorite movie of the year. I think it is the best movie of the year, but we'll wait until more movies come out that I heard were great, because I do want to see those too. So yeah. Anyway, those two movies came out. We also had the limited release of The Hate U Give, which is another great, looking movie, and what I've heard is great. So we had that, but besides that, I don't think we had anything really else. We had the second weekend of stuff like Smallfoot and Night School, Hellfest, and then a bunch of other movies that have already been out. So let's take a look at what won. How much did Venom make, and how much did A Star Is Born make, and which one was number one? Well, it's a little obvious which one's number one, sadly, but here's the results. Bam! There you go. That is the results right there, baby. As you can see, Venom is definitely number one. Outgrossed most expectations. Most people were saying like around $55 to $60 million. And after the bad reviews started coming out, I was thinking closer to like 60, because I was thinking at first like 70 million. But because the bad reviews were so bad, I was thinking 60 to 65, but it outgrossed all those expectations. It reached $80 million. Isn't that how much Solo made in its first weekend? I know it technically made like over 100 because of Memorial Day, but in its first weekend, just weekend alone, I think it made around $80 million. So this made Solo money. Thing is, this had a way smaller budget than Solo. Also, it doesn't have the Star Wars brand, so. And also, it opened worldwide to a very, very good $200 million worldwide. It made $125 million in foreign grosses alone. So it has made technically 205, but whatever. $205 million for its first weekend worldwide. That is incredible for Venom. I'm talking about, not Solo. Solo it's not incredible. I think that made what, $140 million in its first weekend. So I guess more people want to see Tom Hardy as that Venom gonna get him. They don't want to see Solo. That's not even like a good solo song. Eminem didn't do a solo song, so who gives a fuck, right? So yeah, it made 80 million. I'm happy that Venom is popular, at least, I guess. Not happy that the movie's not very good. If you like the movie, that's fine, but I didn't really care for it. I have the box office thing on my phone now, so I don't need to keep going on my computer to look. So at least this doesn't look as bad. I know the numbers are right there, and I can see that. But if I want to get a more detailed look, I need to use the computer. But now, I use my phone. But anyway, all right. Number two is A Star Is Born. And actually, even though Venom did a huge, like way more than anybody thought, I think the big success here is A Star Is Born. Because that movie cost $36 million to make. It grossed $41.2 million in its first weekend. And it is hugely successful when it comes to critics and audiences. Both of them love it. Think it's one of the best movies of the year. It's a musical, and it's coming out, I think, at the right time. I know a lot of people will probably say, like, wait, really? That's the right time during, like, the spooky October month? But you know what? I think it works well here, because you're not going to get too many movies like this for October. You're going to get a lot of spooky movies and movies that are, around that kind of, I guess that kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Genre? Not really. But, I mean, we have First Man coming out, but that's not a musical. Even though it's directed by Damien Chazelle, who did La La Land. But we don't really have a lot of romantic musical movies out there. And I think just with, like, The Greatest Showman that stayed around for a long time, I think this movie's going to stay around for a long time. And I think overall in domestic grosses, I think A Star Is Born has the potential to actually outgross Venom. We'll see. I think Venom will have a big second weekend drop. Especially next week, we have a couple of big movies coming out. You have Goosebumps for kids. You have First Man. You have, what's the other one? There's something else that was coming out. What comes out? Tell me, Box Office Mojo. I forgot. They always put the next week's shit. Bad Times at the El Royale. That looks good. So you have three big enough movies. Then a week after that, of course, you got my boy Halloween. And that's going to rule that weekend. I can't wait for that. I might even make a video about how big Halloween could potentially open up in North America and Canada. Well, North America is Canada, whatever. You know what I meant. I meant to say United States and Canada, but I said North America and Canada, whatever. You know what I mean. But anyway, and then you go back to where I was, because I want to... Oh, Hunter Killer comes out. That's going to be a huge... Everybody see the trailer for that movie, Hunter Killer? It looks so fucking lame. Anyway, Star is Born did huge, 41.2, and I think it's going to slowly drop off. I think it's going to keep dropping around 30%, and I can see this grossing over $200 million. That's me, personally. We'll see in its second weekend. It could drop huge. I'd be very surprised, and I'd be very disappointed if that was true. But I would be very surprised. I think a lot of people are going to go see this again, too. Everybody's loving it. Everybody wants to see it again, and... because of how well it did this weekend, I have a feeling a lot of people that thought the movie wasn't going to be that great will want to go see it again because everybody wants to see it, and it's been getting great reviews and stuff. So we'll see a lot of new people wanting to see it next week too. We'll see though. Number 3 is Smallfoot. I mean, it dropped only like 33%, so I gotta give it credit. 35%, sorry. I mean, it's a cartoon movie, so that makes sense. But considering there's 2 giant movies that came out this weekend, especially Venom, that is, I guess, a very it's not a kid-friendly movie, but it's a lot of kids want to see this movie. I was in a theater and there was tons of kids, so that's definitely an attraction for at least young boys. I guess maybe young girls like Smallfoot too. I don't know, and maybe young kids also want to see Smallfoot. Maybe they pressured their parents into making them see both or something. I don't know, but Smallfoot did pretty well in its second weekend. Next. 4, which is number 1 last weekend, which is Night School, made $12.2 million, dropped 55%. It's the usual for Kevin Hart movies. Again, it did well. It only cost like, what, $29 million to make? So it's already at, what, $46 million? So I'm sure that'll steady along and make around $70 million. I'm sure it'll be fun. Number 5 is The House with a Clock in Its Walls, which did way better than I ever thought it would do. It made $7.2 million this weekend. It made $55 million altogether, and right now it's close to $80 million worldwide, which is almost double its budget. I'm sure it'll do well throughout the rest of the season, so congrats. Well, we'll see how well it does next weekend, because you also have, of course, Goosebumps, which is going to take a lot out of it, because it's very similar audiences that want to see it. Number 6, A Simple Favor. That movie's doing well. $3.4 million this weekend, dropped almost 50%, but it's already made $49 million. It'll probably slow down around like 57, 58 million, or it'll stop at that, I would say. And that'll be it. Number 7 is The Nun. Made $2.6 million. Whatever. 113 million. It's doing well. Number 8 is Hellfest, which made $2 million this weekend, dropped almost 60%. It hasn't even crossed $10 million. That's a shame, because I didn't think the movie was good, but I would have liked it to at least do better than The Nun did in its 4th weekend, but it didn't last weekend, and same goes for this weekend, so that sucks. Crazy Rich Asians, doing well. It's starting to disappear, though. $2 million this weekend, dropped about 50%, lost 800 theaters, so yeah. Number 10, The Predator. Yeah, that dropped hard. That dropped 76%. Holy shit. And lost over 1,200 theaters. It's only been out for 4 weeks, too. I mean, look at The Nun. The Nun, I mean, it's starting to lose theaters, but not quite as bad as The Predator. Like, not even close. Actually, The Nun's been out for 5 weeks. Excuse me. I was thinking more of A Simple Favor. Simple Favor at this point is almost going to, it's definitely going to outgross The Predator. Isn't that sad? A little movie starring, Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively. Good cast. But, just like a little movie will outgross The Predator. Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, baby. I mean, this isn't Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, but the original was. And number 11 was White Boy Rick. That dropped 76% as well. Lost a lot of its theaters. Number 12 is Free Solo, which is a documentary, I believe. I've heard it's really good, so I might have to check that one out. And then number 13 is the new movie that isn't, of course, Venom or A Star is Born, and that is The Hate U Give. It only opened up in 36 theaters, and it made $500,000, which is pretty good. Not great, though. I will say that. I've seen other movies like this open bigger. I believe Detroit from last year opened a little bit bigger in the same, like around the same amount of theaters. I could be wrong though. That could be incorrect. But I think it at least had a better theater average, I believe. So it's not the best opening, I don't think. But considering how big the other two movies that came out this weekend were, I think it's pretty good. But anyway, that is it. Ooh, we dropped my phone. So Venom he's doing his shit. He's doing well, that little boy. And of course, my girl Gaga, she's doing good too, and we'll see how well she does in the next few weeks. Yeah, next week we have Goosebumps. We got El Royale, which I'm looking forward to, and First Man, which I'm also looking forward to. So we'll see how well those do against Venom and my girl Star is Born. That's her name now. Her name is A Star is Born. Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper. I can't give enough credit to Bradley Cooper. Like that man. Those two are amazing. But anyway, there you go. That is it. Thank you to everybody that voted on my Venom. Like how much it will gross. I guess we should take a look at that. I haven't really done that in a very long time, but we might as well take a look at it. Let me open it up real quick. I see. I always think I'm not gonna do it, and then I end up doing it. So let's do it real quick. Let's do it real quick if it loads up quick enough. All right, here we go. Over 800 people. That's pretty good. Thank you to everybody that voted. I appreciate that. Let's get this. There we go. There you go. Look at that right there. Look at that. Look at the professionalism. All right. So how much do you think Venom will make this weekend? 835 people voted. Thank you to everybody that voted. I put the average estimates. Everybody was thinking 45 to 50 or 51 to 60. I saw some people say 61 to 70. And I didn't see anybody say it could do 71 to 80. And then I put a joke one, a turd in the wind. And of course everybody voted for that one, but not that many people voted for 71 to 80, and that's actually what it did. So there you go. Joke's on you guys, huh? It did well. Joke's on me too. I didn't think it was going to do that well. I knew it was going to do well. I mean, the budget itself was only 100 million, so either way, $50 million would have been great for it. Especially since it was definitely going to do well in foreign, because these movies tend to do very well in foreign. But yeah, so there you go. That is it, my dudes. That is the box office wrap up for this weekend. This one was actually shorter than the last one. No My Hero stuff. My Hero disappeared. I guess I could look at that up real quick. Let's see how well it did. Just real quick for all you people that watched the last week, I covered the My Hero Academia movie, and it did very well on Tuesday. I know that, but I know Funimation let the movie stay in theaters for a couple extra days. So let's see just real quick how well it did for those couple days. Let's bring this up. Is this it? No, that's not it. This one. Is that it? Is that it? That's it. There you go. That's better. All right, so we didn't cover, of course, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, or Saturday. Damn, wait, hold on. I guess they did have it for this weekend. Did I just not see it in that list? That's bullshit, because I wanted to see it again on Saturday. It wasn't in my theater. That sucks. Anyway, Monday, again, it was definitely not in 580 theaters. Again, I don't think that's true. But Tuesday, it actually had a ton of screenings. So that's why it actually grossed over $1 million. That's, I think, the best it did on any single day. I could be wrong. No, Saturday it did better. The first Saturday it was out, it did better. But Tuesday, it doing over $1 million is fucking great. Wednesday, again, I don't believe the movie made $19 in each theater. Like, look, it says $19 in each theater. Actually, the thing's too small. You probably can't see that. Here you go. That's better. You don't need to see me. But right there, you see the Wednesday, it says it made $9,000 and it grossed $19 per theater. That's crazy. Thursday it picked up. Friday dropped. Saturday it picked up. Overall, it has grossed $5.7 million. That is incredible for a movie like this, and I hope we see more movies like this. I hope we see more anime movies that are actually legit good come to theaters and actually open up pretty big, So there you go. That is cool. So anyway, there you go. Now I am done. Thank you. Until next time. Goodbye.